So as far as duties are concerned, you know, students, that rights and duties are the two sides of a coin. So with rights also comes the consumer responsibilities. So it's also very important to be talked about, and this may also come in the 1 marker. So a few of the consumer's responsibilities are mentioned here. The consumer must be aware of the various goods and services, variety he should be aware of. He should only buy standardized goods and not go for local brands. He should check for all standardized marks like ISI, FPO, Hallmark, BIS mark whenever he goes for purchasing. He must be learned about the risks associated with the product, because user manual generally guides the consumer. So he should thoroughly go through these instructions as given by the producers to use the product safely. He should read all the labels very carefully regarding the information relating to the product, because then this right to be informed is covered under this. So he should be knowing all that, and he should always go for a fair deal with proper asking for the proper cash memo, and these dealings must be legal in the legal form, and it should discourage any kind of unscrupulous trade practices like black marketing and hoarding. He should never ever support such practices of black marketing and hoarding. Then whenever he feels like he must ask for a cash memo on purchase of goods and services, so that later it can serve as a proof whenever he puts up his representation in the appropriate consumer forums. Similarly, when he finds that he has got cheated, he must file a complaint in the appropriate consumer forum, and just now not let it go, because it also sets an example for other consumers to practice this. And consumer societies also play an active role, so he should be an active part of these societies in educating and safeguarding their own interests in the welfare, large welfare of the entire society. He must also respect the environment, like the wastages and littering of the environment should be avoided completely. Any such activities that can cause pollution to the environment must also be deterred by consumers. So these are the various rights that we have gone through. Now let us see, students, in another segment is what are the reliefs, various reliefs that are available for a consumer under the Act. Here you see there are interesting diagrams relating to the standardization of the product, students, and there might be a question picture based which will ask you to identify one of these marks. So without giving the wordings below, they can just show the picture and tell you to identify the mark. So I'll suggest you to practice these marks thoroughly and get acquainted with their names. Like FPO, it's already written, it's food process order, and here ISI mark is shown. This is an ag mark, as you can see, students, for agricultural products. This is eco mark showing the earthen pot, and this is BIS hallmark for jewelries. So this we are already familiar with. And they can also ask that with which products are these marks associated. So be very careful in answering such questions. It can always come as a 1 mark. Now the last segment, students, the various reliefs, but before going to the reliefs, the NCERT is giving us a clear-cut description of the 3-tier machinery of settlement of cases in the consumer forum. So first of all, we have the district commission, D, and the state level we have S, and then finally at the national level we have national commission, N. So under district commission, students, you must remember that the value of goods and services paid for consideration should not exceed 1 crore rupees. This is the latest guidelines, that it should not go more than 1 crore. If it is 1 crore, it can be dealt in the district forum, but if it exceeds more than 1 crore, then it has to be taken to the state government at state commission. So it is basically this commission deals with the value of goods and services, where complaints of relating to value of goods and services can exceed 1 crore, but it should not exceed 10 crores. So you can say that above 1 crore and below 10 crores. This is the criteria for state commission, students. So here the cases come of this range, and then finally we have the national commission in picture with letter N. You can remember this, and it takes up all the cases where value of goods and services exceeds rupees 10 crores. It can be of any value after that. So it is always more than 10 crores cases that go to the National Commission. Now, if somebody is dissatisfied with the judgment of the District Commission, as you know, in the judicial machinery come up, it is clearly given here, students, that if not satisfied by the District Commission, can appeal against such order to the State Commission, stating the facts of the case and period of 45 days from the date of order. So it is 45 days in case of district court, and when we talk about the state commission to the national commission for reappeal, it is only 30 days. So this is also a point of difference, students. Here it's 30 days and here it is 45 days from district to state. And the last portion is National Commission, students. Here, whenever you are dissatisfied with the judgment of the National Commission, the case can be reappealed to the Supreme Court directly, the apex authority of the judiciary, Supreme Court, but within again 30 days from the date of such judgment. So NC to SC, National Commission to Supreme Court, the case can be taken within 30 days of the judgment. So this is the protection forums that have the relief mechanism as given by this, and various reliefs available to the consumer are as follows. This also is an important segment. The business authorities can be directed to remove the defects in the goods and services. It can also direct them to replace the defective product altogether and replace it with a new one, and refund the price paid by the consumer for this product or charges paid for the services. It can also pay a reasonable amount of compensation for the loss or injury being caused to the customer due to unscrupulous trade practices, and some punitive damages may also be ordered, just as to set an example for the others to not continue such practices. The court can straight away direct the various business organizations to discontinue immediately these unfair trade practices. They can also be asked to take off the goods that are hazardous in nature. They can also be asked to withdraw the sales of hazardous goods altogether, seize the manufacturing of such goods that are hazardous and not catering to the welfare of the society. So these are the various reliefs that have been given. Compensation for loss and injury, we have already discussed this as well.